So this section discusses computer fundamentals or computer types. And under the computer types, we are going to classify computers generally by their speed and their computing power. And we have 5 initial classification. And the first one is what we have already met, that classifies computers as personal computer. This is a single user computer system having moderately powerful microprocessor. We will discuss them in details. First of all, we highlight them. The other one is called a workstation. It is also a single user computer system that is similar to personal computer, has more powerful microprocessor. There is a mini computer, which is a multi-user computer system capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. There is a mainframe computer that is again a multi-user computer system that is capable of supporting hundreds of users simultaneously. But the software technology is slightly different from that of the mini computer. Lastly, we talk about supercomputer, which is extremely fast computer which can execute hundreds of millions of instructions per second. That is the general overview of the 5 classifications of computers depending on their speed and power. So now we talk about the personal computer, and I know this is what kind of computers that you have met, you have seen, or at your homes and in most of the offices. This can be defined as small, relatively inexpensive computer that is designed for individual user. PCs are, okay, we call them PCs. It's short form of personal computer. PCs are based on microprocessors technology that enables manufacturers to put an entire CPU on a single chip. And businesses use personal computers for word processing, for accounting, for desktop publishing and running spreadsheets. So most of the businesses today use personal computers. This is the category where we have laptops and desktops falls under this category. Although personal computers are designed as single-user systems, these systems are normally linked together to form a network. These are the ones that now form internet, and they form a network. In terms of power, higher-end models of Mac, I told you, even Mac, for those who use Apple computers, they are not called PCs, they are called Mac, or the Mac Air, Mac Pro, etc. They are just computers that are slightly different from the past desktop computers that are made specifically by a company called Apple, and it's a US company that is really advanced in making of computers. They just make the computers that are called Mac, short form of Macintosh. So it's saying that they offer the same computing power and graphics capability as low-end workstations that are developed by HP. You know, when you hear of HP computers and Dell, they might give you low-end workstations, and we are simply saying that workstation is higher than personal computers, but the general case, they are the one that you find them every day. Now we discuss the workstation. Workstation is a computer used for engineering applications, and they run high-end tasks, and most of the times they are used for CAD and CAM. CAD is computer-aided design, and CAM is computer-aided manufacturing. This is for manufacturing, and design is for CAD is for design. So that is the only difference. The CA means the same, computer-aided. And therefore, they require moderate amount of computing power, and they are relatively high quality graphics capabilities, or they have high quality of graphics. So when you hear that someone is buying a laptop for performing AutoCAD or ArchiCAD, they are a bit higher end than the normal laptops or the normal desktops, because they are specialized in learning heavy-duty softwares like I have mentioned, like AutoCAD or ArchiCAD. So workstations generally come with large, high-resolution graphics screen. They have large amount of RAM, and they have inbuilt network support with graphic user interfaces. Most workstations also have mass storage devices such as disk drive, but a special type of workstation called diskless workstation comes without a disk drive. So common operating systems that run in workstations are Unix and Windows. So like PCs, workstations are single user computers like like a PC, but they are typically linked together to form a local area network, although they can also be used as a standalone system. So the only difference between workstation and personal computers is that workstations have more memory. We have higher resolution graphics screen. They have higher RAM. They have, of course, most of them have inbuilt computer networks. But the major difference is that large screens, large memory, and large RAM. We'll discuss about the difference between RAM and storage. So you might find a computer that is a laptop that is just for normal use. But when you find computers that are specifically run by institutions that carry out a heavy software task, like say Kenya Power, where they are running, they want to observe their power network from a single location, then you find that they are using workstations rather than the normal computers or normal PCs. Then talk about mini computers now. It's a mid-size multi-processing system capable of supporting up to 250 users simultaneously. So what happens is that this is a supercomputer. It has multi-network support. Therefore, each user will be connected to this mini computer via the networking port. So each other user will have a monitor and a keyboard and probably a mouse without the CPU. So a mouse there and another one, keyboard and a mouse. Many of them. So, but they do not have their own CPU. They are just connecting to this one, just using a networking interface. So once you do that, then they are able to be supported by one server. Technically, these are servers that you find in companies like even our university. You'll find servers here. And those servers are the ones that are referred to as mini computers. They may not always take this shape. They may take different shapes. The most important thing is that they are capable of supporting even databases. Talk about database support or web server, where you have a hosted website that is being accessed by multiple students. That server is serving multiple students. That is the one that we are saying that it can support. That is called a mini computer. Mainframe computer is very large in size and is an expensive computer capable of supporting hundreds or even thousands of users simultaneously. Mainframe executes many programs concurrently and supports many simultaneous executions of programs. So talk about the likes of Safaricom, talk about the likes of data centers. I think the word that comes to mind is data centers. You can always Google these points that I'm mentioning now because they come in handy later on. Data centers is where most people talk about virtual machines. I don't know if you have heard about virtual machines or VMs, whereby you can actually I even advise you when you are on your own time, Google about AWS, Google about this Amazon Web Service. These are able to give you a virtual computer where you can create your own devices at your own time. There is other people who provide such services like Microsoft Azure. You can always Google these things on your own. Others are small ones like DigitalOcean. These are computers that have they have bought many mainframe computers. Then they let them out to other users who want to access them crowd. Actually, now this is where the word crowd comes from. These computers are hosted somewhere, but if someone wants some services, to buy some virtual machine or virtual computer, they will go to the seller, which might be either of the ones that have been listed here, and they can get their own computer and now store their data in the cloud. That is now the idea where we are saying that this kind of a computer that is allowing multiple millions of users or thousands of users to access computing independently, they are called mainframe computers. So last but not least is supercomputer. These are one of the fastest computers currently available. They are very expensive and they are applied for specialized applications that require immense amount of mathematical calculations. Examples are the computers that are used in weather forecasting, scientific simulations, graphics, fluid calculations, even nuclear energy research. So when you talk about very high research institutions and government bodies, they are going to be buying supercomputers so that they can perform very complex tasks that cannot be performed by a normal computer.